Hello. Okay, very good morning, and we will start up the class. And sorry for what happened in WhatsApp group last night. And if someone have intention to do something on me, please try it on personally. Try it on me. Okay, please don't try it with my students or this is my career and this is my business. Please don't play with it. And if you have guts, please play with me directly. Okay. And a very good morning. And we are on day 3 class. And in last class we have saw about paces of hacking, and before that we saw how to install VirtualBox, right? And in today's class I'll tell you how to spoof your IP and Mac, and I'll teach you some methods on social engineering. I'll teach you how to gather information, and we will see up to these all cases, fine, in this 5 days. And it is day 3, and we have only 2 more days, and we'll get into classes first. And today we will see pre-exploitation. Copy, I'll paste it here, fine. Okay. And as of I've told you what is pre-exploitation, we need to hide ourselves, right? And I'll take a paint. Okay, think this is your computer, and when you ping something like Google, okay, think this is a Google page, and this is your URL part, and you're trying to ping Google. Okay, I'll tell you what it will happen in background. You have a concept called DNS, domain name service or domain name system, fine. And what it will happen is, actually all the Google will saved in a server, right? All the Google pages and contents required for to show this page, the contents required to show this page will be saved in a server. You all know that. Only then it will show the page. It will have search.html or home.html or about page or contact page. Simply think an example with some other website, and it will have a home page, right? It will have a home page, it will have about page, it will have a contact us page, something like that. And in our case, we can only see a search page, search.html. It will be index.html here. It will be index.html. Why it is showing like index.html without showing search.html? Because if some page want to show as a home page, we need to save that as index.html. Okay, we cannot have home.html, because the page which when you type the URL, like HackOverSecurity, I'll show you example. If someone type HackOverSecurity, okay, if someone type HackOverSecurity.com, this page need to be displayed, right? I have saved this home page as index.html, fine. Right, let me show the thing. HTML body picture, edit as HTML, fine, leave this. see the sources. See, in the source it is showing like index.html, right? And it is because if we save any page as index.html, it will reflect as home page. Fine. And this is the background process of that thing, and fine. And I'll tell you what is the concept of DNS. Actually, I've told you, if a ping request from your computer is arised, okay, if you search for something, it may be anything. You can search it like google.com. Okay, google.com. If you are searching google.com, what it will happen in background is it will search for where the google.com is. How it will search is there in the background. It will be a book like concept. Okay, think this is a book. Think this is DNS. Actually, I'm teaching you what is DNS. Fine. And inside DNS, you all know about the telephone directory, right? You all know about the telephone directory. And in this telephone directory, you'll have name and their phone number, right? You'll have the name and their phone number. Why it is? Because according to human psychology, we cannot remember the phone number. We cannot remember any numbers. Okay, we cannot remember numbers. And according to human psychology, we can remember any name. Okay, in this class, in this live class, you are, for in case if you have 50 students, okay, tell me any possible way. Is it possible to remember 50 students name or 50 students mobile number? Can you understand what I'm telling? Okay, according to human psychology, it is not possible to remember all the 50 students phone number. It is possible to remember at least 50 students name. Okay, and so they have introduced the concept called DNS, and inside this DNS, if these think URL as your name, and IP address, this is IP address, and think IP address as your phone number. You cannot remember any IP address or phone numbers, but you can remember URL and your name. This is the common human psychology, and so they have brought up the DNS concept, and inside this DNS concept, it will have URL on one side and IPs on other side. If you type google.com, what it will happen in background is it will search for IP in which google.com exists. Okay, it will search for the list of IPs behind the google.com, and in case if it is 10.2.5.15, and it will take you to that page. Okay, the server will be denoted by 10.2.5.15, and it will take you to that page. And it is simple and easy. If you type any URL, it will take to that desired IP, and from that desired IP, the home page will be displayed to you. This is the background concept of DNS, and only if you know this, you can understand the next topic what I am telling. Okay, and in pre-exploitation phase, actually I have told you, you want to hide yourself behind a black screen. Think this is a black screen. Okay, you want to hide behind this black screen, and no one should identify you. No one should know who you are. Okay, when a person search for you, no one should know who you are. Okay, and to do that, you want to know your computer's background process, that what are all the things your computer revealing about you. Okay, the computer reveal only two informations about you. The computer reveal only two informations about you, that is IP address, and another one is your MAC address. Okay, and I'll tell you how an IP address is associated to you and how a MAC address is associated to you. Think this is a computer. First of all, I'll complete the topic called MAC address because it is very easy thing. Okay, this is your monitor and this will be your CPU, right? Give me a minute. I have a lot of brightness. I think so. Okay, no problem. And think this is your CPU. Give me a minute. 5. Okay. Inside your computer, you'll have a card called NIC. Okay, you will have a set of RAM. You'll have set of RAM inside your motherboard. You'll have a motherboard, and in your motherboard you'll have RAM. You'll have processor. Think this is a processor that is Ryzen 7. It will have a fan and RGB fan and something like that, and you'll have hard disk and you'll have such things. You'll have all the basic components which need to run a computer. That is fine. And you also will have a card called NIC. What NIC means? It is network interface card. Okay, this NIC card, that is network interface card, I'll type it in your notes, class notes. I'll type it in your class notes. MAC spoofing. And inside MAC spoofing, you have shown about NIC. Network interface card. Okay. Only this network interface card is responsible for your MAC address. This is a permanent thing. This is a network interface card is a permanent thing, and this card is responsible for your MAC address. Okay, this card is responsible for your MAC address, and if you want to change your MAC address permanently, you want to change this card. You want to change this NIC card permanently. Okay, you want to take NIC card from some other computer and you need to replace with that. Only then your MAC address will be associated to your computer and your MAC address will be changed. Okay, and this is not possible for each and every time you do some attack, right? And so this is a method to change permanently, but you have a spoofing method. You can spoof your MAC address easily. Okay, I'll teach you two methods. One is for Windows and another one is for Linux. Okay, one is for Windows and another one is for Linux. For Windows you can use TMAC or SMAC, which is called as Technetium Mac and Selenium Mac. Okay, I'll show you. I'll complete for Windows. Windows 7, 8, 10, 11, it may be anything. For any type of Windows, you can use TMAC / SMAC. Okay. TMAC is Technetium Mac and SMAC is Selenium Mac. Sorry. Okay, leave this thing SMAC and I'll give you the thing called Technetium Mac. This is more than enough for your this is more than enough to change your MAC address, and simply you can download it. You can give direct download. This will be downloaded and open this and you can install this. install this by next, clicking next, and I agree to the about terms of agreement. Total drive capacity is fine. Next, next, next. Close, and I'll close this. Fine. And click finish. It is installed, right? See, this is Technician Mac, and how to use it is just open it. Technician Mac address changer. Okay, you need to check whether all the checkboxes are enabled, because I am using Wi-Fi here. Okay, and it need to be confirmed that the checkbox is enabled. Okay, if this box is not enabled, it will not work. It will not change your MAC address, and so ensure that all the checkboxes are enabled like this, and nothing should be disabled. And if you know some other IP of you can spoof like this. My computer is Dell. Gigabyte MAC address. Actually, why we are spoofing is, it is not that they can't find you. Okay, it is not that they can't find you behind this black screen. If there is a way, there is a will, right? Sorry, if there is a will, there is a way, right? And so there will be any possible way to find you, and so we can buy the time. Okay, that is called as truce. We can let them search for us for some more time. We can buy the time up until a 2 years. Okay, we can buy time like 2 years to 6 months, like that. We need to make them search for us. If we do something, we can only buy the time. We cannot completely hide ourselves. Can you understand this? We cannot completely hide ourselves, but we can buy some time. And so we are spoofing our things. And how to spoof is, you should not spoof a random MAC address. That is fine to practice. Because when myself see this MAC address, and MAC address will not start by 00. Okay, any of the original MAC address will not start by 00, and we can identify this MAC has been spoofed. And so the person who search for you, if he should not find the MAC address is spoofed on the first case, what you need to do is, you need to check out your computer's you need to check what your computer's motherboard. You need to check up your computer's motherboard, and you can look for MAC addresses, similar MAC addresses, and you need to replace your MAC with that MAC, like this. Simply you can look up MAC vendor and search. Okay, this is also MAC address, right? And you can take this MAC address and simply copy this. Sorry. D435 D435 1B AB56 is fine. And if you click change now, your MAC address will be changed. Fine. And that's it for Windows. And to change your MAC address for permanently, I've told you already, you need to replace the network interface card. Someone is asking doubt like how to change MAC address permanently. Fine. And if you want to spoof for Linux, what you need to do is for Linux, okay, you can go to GitHub and search my name, Dhinesh Angamuthu, and I have a tool called Mac Changer, and you can use this tool. I have gave you how to use this tool. Okay, you can just git clone and I'll show you how to use it. Virtual box. That is fine, and I'll open this virtual box. I'll open Kali Linux. And your Kali Linux is opened, and this is the terminal emulator. You need to type all the commands in this terminal emulator. Okay, and for example, I'll show you this. Okay, this will be enough for you. Once you start a Kali Linux, or once you start this terminal emulator, what you need to do is you need to give sudo apt get update and sudo apt hyphen get upgrade. Okay, this is a basic command to update and upgrade your Linux machine. This is a mandatory thing. You need to run this for mandatory. Control copy. Fine, and you need to use this command. Okay, and then what you need to do is paste it. And fine, now once after you upgrade this, sorry, you need to copy by pressing Ctrl Shift C, and you can paste it by pressing Ctrl Shift V. Okay, and in my case what I'll do is I'll copy this by Ctrl Shift C, and what I'll do is press Ctrl Shift V, and what this sudo privilege gives us, it will increase your privilege to admin. Okay, you can even type this command normally without giving this sudo. What this sudo will do is it will increase your privilege, and the sudo permission will ask for your password, because it will use you as an admin. And I'll type Kali as my password, and it will start working. Fine. Network the device internet access Okay, speed is perfect and no problem. And this is the command to update and upgrade your Kali machine. And in our case, what we are doing is we need to give me a minute. Okay, I'll open another terminator and I'll show how to install the tool. Okay, what git is git clone command will clone any project from GitHub. Okay, the git clone command will clone any project from GitHub. And how to clone is press this code and copy this thing, copy this URL. You need to copy from here. In case if you copy from here, you need to type extra thing .git. Okay, and you can see that thing here. See, only the difference is .git from here to here. You can copy any of your link. Okay, and please press copy and you can paste it here, and it will clone into this Mac changer. Let us wait. It is done, and I'll give ls command to list the directory. And by seeing the directory, you can see that we have a folder called Mac-changer. And what we need to do is you need to give cd to open the directory. You need to give cd, and you can open it. You can see we are inside the directory, right? And now we will give ls, and you can see this two things, readme and macchanger.py. To use this thing, I have gave you all the instructions how to use this tool. You can give cd macchanger, and you can simply copy this command and you can paste it here. Paste selection, just give enter the interface name. Here my interface is wired connection, and you can see that it is a Ethernet network connection, and I need to give it as ETH0. I need to select the interface as ETH0 in case if I am connected with a Ethernet connection. Okay, it will be connected with Ethernet connection if you are using from a virtual box. And I'll give enter a new MAC as 00. Sorry, I'll give double on. Wait. Sorry, you cannot give double one here because the octet starting, the first octet should start by in an even series. Wait, I'll show that thing. Sorry, I'll give Y first here. It is to continue. It will ask for yes or no. You can give yes when it asks Y. Okay, and simply minimize this, and I'll show you here. Need of changing the MAC addresses to bypass the MAC address filtering, to bypass certain kind of MITM spoofing attack, to avoid device tracking in public network. Okay, and another thing is I can see that you can try to set the MAC address as 11, 22, 33, 44, 55 and 66. And the problem is you can set only the unicast address. The unicast address have the first octet has even value. What the octet is, this is an octet, this is an octet, and this is an octet, this is an octet, and we have separate 6 octets here. But the first octet, it need to be an even value. Okay, trying to change the value of the first octet even, you can type it as 1 2 or 2 2 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 and 6 6, and it should work for now. And wait, I'll show this in Mac Changer itself. Even inside this, you cannot type, you cannot have a MAC address with 0 1 or something like that. And you should have the even octet address, and it isn't updating. That is fine. I'll give 1 2 3 3 4 4 and 5 5 and 6 6. Okay, I'll give enter, and operation is not permitted because you need to give sudo permission. Sudo exclamatory, and I'll run this with Kali interface eth0 and enter new MAC addresses. I'll give this MAC address. Enter this MAC address and I'll give enter. The MAC address changed successfully, right? And you can use this tool like this, and I'll shut it down. And fine. And this is a way to change your MAC address, and I'll show you how to change our and in case if you didn't get this notes, you can start asking for these notes, and I'll update these notes in Instagram or somewhere else. Okay, and wait, let me, if you close this tab unknowingly, to reopen this tab, what you need to do is you need to press Ctrl plus Shift plus T. Okay, you can open any number of windows you have closed, and inside this I'll copy this, sorry, can press CD Mac changer, this here, sudo cd mac hyphen changer. Fine, this is the usage for this Linux Mac changing tool, and we'll get into the topic IP spoofing, and it will be quite interesting how to spoof our IP. Okay, to hide ourselves, I've told you already, we need to hide IP address and MAC address. To spoof MAC, you have only one thing to do, but to spoof your IP address, we can use either VPN or Tor or proxy chains. Okay, and to use a VPN inside a Linux, you can use OpenVPN, and you have a lot of Google things to see. We don't want to waste the time, and so I'm telling this. And you can use OpenVPN, and it is very easy, and you have lots of YouTube videos how to install this OpenVPN, how to set up this OpenVPN inside your Linux or your Windows. Okay, for VPN you can use OpenVPN, because OpenVPN has a file, OVPN files. First you need to download this OpenVPN and configuration file for OpenVPN, ovpn.com configurations. You can select any of your country and you can download. In case if I want to select a secure country, like I can go to